because it's an artifact. And you know what it means. This will be pretty cool play, man. And we will fight for the Emperor. This has summoning sickness, however our Bankbuster is on the board since quite a lot of turns, so it doesn't. And now hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today Azorius Control, our favorite, and honestly this one is really close to my hand. I really like this version and I'm pretty proud of this one. The point is that we have really a lot of stuff to make it more consistent. We have a lot of different ways to battle, you know, mostly mono red. I won't lie, I had this deck in mind while designing all the cards, and for this reason we have double Celestus. This really helps if you can get into the battlefield, and one of the mini combos with the Celestus, it's not a big one, but it is a big one. When you play it on turn 3, you have this one unused mana of Celestus. Elspeth Smite is amazing together with Celestus because you kinda can remove your opponent's card. He invested more than 1 mana into it, and you get the ramp, so you don't lose the tempo as normally. With Teferi +1 gives you ramp with the Celestus and land. You know the stuff, but when you add those things up, you gain 2 life. That's a big one. Don't forget, this gives 2 life. Together with Celestus giving you life, together with Emperor and Faithful Mending that we also have, and Deadly Riposte, we have way more life gain than you would expect from this deck. We also are pretty beefy in the mid game thanks to like stuff like you know, Elspeth Smite into Wedding Announcement into Teferi or Emperor that can solidify the board. One of the cool things about this whole deck, you don't really have new cards, only the Sunfall, but you can absolutely change it to depopulate, and you actually don't really have new cards except Elspeth Smite, but it's uncommon, so we don't care. And we try to make it work on the base of, you know, old stars like Teferi. And honestly, Teferi is one of the planeswalkers every aggro player will respect, and for a good reason. This card absolutely grinds our opponents in like 2-3 turns. The token is a big deal. Celestus doesn't seem to have any interaction special here. With Teferi it actually has, because you are drawing extra cards, and it especially matters if you -2 on one of your turns and you hope that you will grow the spirit as quickly as possible, so it goes for example above the lightning strikes and you know, this kind of stuff. The bigger the better for this one. And with Celestus, especially that on some turns you can double trigger this, especially if you have some mana, you can grow it much faster than normally. And don't forget, you can tap your opponent creature that he didn't want to attack, like Shrouded, and just Wandering Emperor it. If he doesn't want to cooperate, you will just tap it yourself. So this is the deck. I really hope you will enjoy it. I did my best. I really grind. I think I built it for like 1.5 hours or something like this, just changing the card after card, and I'm really happy with the end result. So if you appreciate it and if you like Azorius, don't forget to subscribe. It really helps, and tell me, you know, what you think about the deck and if you enjoyed it. So thank you all guys for all the support. You are absolutely amazing, honestly, and you help so much. So thank you, and I hope you will enjoy some cool games of Magic. On the draw with no interaction, that's exactly the perfect start for me. I mean, it's of course really bad, but we'll try to make it work. Because we have Celestus, we have Bankbuster, and Teferi can also slow the thing down, so, you know, we will see, we will see. Celestus definitely can fix the stuff later. Our opponent very smartly identified that he's against a control deck. However, we have the Bankbuster, so the only punish is White March that should be probably cast on the main phase. Celestus, alright, some shuffler magic by pairing us with basically the same deck. I don't mind, honestly. Alright, you want to have fun with Celestus? Sure, but I will also have the same fun. So for the when we have both Celestus, we are not really incentivized to flip too much. Unless we think that our opponent's hand is better than ours, right? Then I guess, like for example, it's hard to get worse card for the matchup than Smite, so probably if I can cycle this, he won't get better value than we. Alright, alright, alright. It's getting harsh a little bit. We have Teferi the Bro. And we could play it. Man, that's huge. Do we play Teferi right now? I have Faithful Absence, but other than this, we also have to go for untap land if we want to do it. I could go Teferi and, you know, do some drawing magic, but I remember how annoying this is when your sweepers do not hit planeswalkers. I think this is the card he will have, and that's the only reason I hesitated, because I think I will see it on this turn. Because he wants to cast it while we are tapped, right? But it's a good check. He needs specific card, and they usually play between 1 and 3, I believe, so the chance is not the highest that he has it. And if we can survive with Teferi, I mean, that's the spot where you wanna be. Especially with our Teferi, right? I don't want to double smite, so I think we will see. No reason to start planning right now, because we have so many unknowns. We don't know if Teferi will live. That's the huge one. Oh boy, he flipped. And he flipped because he needs the answer. Alright, I will let him flip. I want to see my full selection. Land, and what we will get. That's a decent card, but we are fighting for the board right now. It's not very efficient. So I will play the land. I have 5 mana. I could Faithful Absence this, and then this stays 3/3, so Elspeth Smite could work. If I discard it, he will know. I think it's Mending. I think we... Like, it's a good value, man, but it's not the best value. Like, we are fighting for more important stuff. Alright. And I will play this land. I could think longer and decide if I really need to, but why would I? And okay, now the decision. Do we make a token or and start drawing cards? Like with Faithful Mending it's pretty good, but I think we are trying to defend Teferi. He has proven that he has no answer to this. And we need to, you know, kinda rock him a little bit on this one. Do we go to night time? Yes, we already are. I mean, that's good. We play the land, and the only spell we are playing is at his upkeep or at the end step if he plays Memory Deluge. Do you do something? You do it, of course, because you tax their mana. Or at the end step, as you can see, they wasted like 3-4 mana. If we play this at the end step, we basically help them, right? You give them play they didn't have, and you know, you lose the tempo basically. Also, they can draw with the clue, so you make their next turn a bit better for free. That's definitely not what you wanna do. Demolition Field, alright. I'm glad, because that's one of my few decks that actually run basics. Oh boy, now I'm digging my own grave with those basics. I will have to keep playing them at some point. Alright. That's not what I want. Because he might plus this. And then it goes above the Smite. But you know what? We have plays around it, I feel. Not very efficient, but I think it's good enough. Oh boy. Let's bring it on. Only 3 mana on his side. One of them could be a counter spell. It might be right now. Let's see if he has a counter spell. This seems like Dissipate mana. And I think he definitely should play at least one Dissipate, so there's high chance this is the card he's thinking. And it means that he... like, I estimate that there is high chance of a counter spell right now. So we need to play accordingly, right? Alright. But man, with the you can start to feel the difference, right, in the value. It's just due to the Teferi. And for -12 we actually can make a lot of cool plays, you know? They don't have sweeper against planeswalkers. What it means is that if you it's the same logic as in aggro. If you know your opponent needs like card by card removal, you go white. If you expect a sweeper, then you go, you know, 2 or 3 creatures. And he cannot sweep both of them, so we get the value anyway. So I can go, yeah, alright, I know. I'm playing one spell. Let's go maybe for this one, you know? I could think longer, but I won't. No mana, that makes it easier. And 4 mana. So we expect Farewell at some point, right? I don't want to switch into the daytime. You know what? Let's play like this. Exclusively because of the Celestus on his side. He doesn't have the answers, we know this. And we don't want to give him the answers, especially that he draws the card and draws another card and, you know, flips. So he has quite a decent selection then. And I still have Faithful Mending, you know, as the last resort play. If we force him to farewell, that would be great, because then he taps out and we can, you know, go away with our planeswalkers. But so far it's still good. He needs to answer both of them or he loses the game, and I remember that playing this kind of deck has one huge issue. Trying to answer planeswalkers, you need Faithful Absence for this one, and you usually don't want to play it you know, instead of other removal. Like, you usually have to play at least like 2, but it's not your favorite choice. You play it only for the planeswalker removal, basically. At least I do. Alright. He seems to think about something, right? Alright, I need as much mana as possible. Huh. Should we start some pressure? Or just go for ultimate? I think we shouldn't lose if we keep drawing cards. Like, we will bury him in the advantage of our mighty lands, basically. Alright. We are doing the Bankbuster magic, because it's an artifact. And you know what it means. This will be pretty cool play, man. Artifact. Creature. And I mean a land, I guess. And we will fight for the Emperor, because she might die on this turn. This has Summoning Sickness, however our Bankbuster is on the board since quite a lot of turns, so it doesn't. And now we can force a reaction. It could be another Emperor, it's fine. Let's see. Memory Deluge. Alright. I probably would like to use Mending at some point, because I have 4 dead cards in hand. Like, 1 land can stay, but rest is for cycling. And Farewell will exile it. 2 cards, 2 mana only. Let's see, is Emperor dead? That's actually important, because our sweepers hit everything except planeswalkers. So when you have advantage here, that's really good for the, you know, later game. Alright, wedding announcement. I think it's pretty darn good. And we flip, unfortunately, but we already got a lot of value, so I think we can risk this one time. And you know, we also cycle, so it's not the worst, but he needs answers way more than us, so for this reason, like, he needs the cycle, not us. But we'll give him 1. Well, he has 6 cards still, so equal on ours, but we have the Bankbuster here. And Faithful Mending for the card quality. We don't run a lot of counter spells, so that's where he might have some advantage. But we are ultimating Teferi in 2 turns. Oh boy! Alright, that's interesting. Man, Matchmaker, like, I don't remember when I have seen Teferi last time. Honestly, I don't remember. It has been probably weeks. And the moment I queue with this Teferi deck, here we go, that's a Teferi. Like, I'm not jumping to conclusions, I'm just saying what happened. Alright, so 2-3 mana. This really looks like this Dissipate, right? They always hold this 1 counter spell in case of, you know, emergency. They need to kill Teferi because we can ultimate him without even losing him. So you know what? Normally I would cast Faithful Mending, but if he passes the priority to the next turn, I'm not risking that he's answering, especially that he sees the mana tap. So I will just go and waste the Faithful Mending. Sunset Reverie. Sure. Interesting. I'm not sure what the plan is. Only 1 mana, they usually don't have anything for this. And they don't play Spell Pierce. I think we ult with Teferi. I will read it on his Teferi. Target opponent chooses permanent they control. So they choose and return it. That's a very strange play, man. So they want to attack, right? Because we are pre-combat phase and this doesn't have summoning sickness. Alright. Let's see the attack. But he's fully tapped out, man. Now I can go much more aggressively. And he should know that we have this Faithful Mending. So in the end this 2 damage doesn't matter. Let's get rid of some. Yeah, like he cannot cancel this. I guess he is left with Teferi, but then we crew the Bankbuster and we attack it. We wouldn't kill it yet. But we also have other Teferi with ultimate, so no, it's really hard to win. Alright, so the hand is not extremely impressive, but you know what's impressive? Me being so great at magic that I'm going first, because that makes the whole hand viable. On the draw, I think I would mulligan this, you know, for this reason. Oh boy, here we go again. So what are our chances? Like, we will fight for it. It all depends how good opening he has. So far, it's actually decent. Like, he has very good opening on turn 1. I mean, he's flooding the board on turn 2. But still, we have some things going on for us, so we'll see, we'll see. We definitely need to survive until the Sunfall. We'll probably play Emperor on the next turn. Alright. 2 mana spell. Alright, so he doesn't really want to waste. Imagine not having it. Crazy. Still, we have Emperor, we have Syncopate, we have Smite. We have quite a lot of stuff that we can do. He really doesn't want to waste it, but it's not a good play for his turn, right? He can attack us for 4, I guess. Huh. I wonder. So we could play the Emperor. We could exile, and then he lightning strikes it and plays something else. Is this good enough? Because we can... Oh, but we are not guaranteed to go for the... You know what? Alright, I think I know. I know it's a bit strange, but I think it's pretty decent play. Because then we can probably maybe use Syncopate. Like, we negate half of his mana, that's something, and we still get Wedding Announcement. If we miss on the land, because you know we will, that's the point. But he's playing smartly around it. And I think he realized that maybe we have something. Alright, cycle. Oh, I really hope that he will play something into Syncopate. I really want this. Perfect, thank you. Thank you, you are such a bro. That's a joke, he's a mono-red player. Unless, you know, he's watching the channel, then it's okay. Like, you know, it's fine. So, where you are with this game? Sunfall is not amazing here. So I guess we go into flipped Samurais, probably, because being 3-3 makes it a bit harder for him. Still hard, we are at 9. We probably would love to heal a little bit. Alright, some quality magic from our opponent. Alright, how do we do it? Man, those sweepers are a bit awkward this game. Huh. So we can clear the board. He's down to 1 card. And we have the Samurai. You know what? I think that's okay. We cannot tell the priority. Man, this is weird answer. And now I can check if that's an instant. Oh, no, because I want to block. I don't think it's an instant. Like, he gambled, and that's a pretty low chance of hitting, you know? See? Mono-red just scooping in fear of the Emperor. Rightfully so. Alright, opponent goes first, and I'm having an opening hand with 2 lands and 3 Emperors. 4 of those in the deck, 26 of those. So how do we play it out? I am taking it just because I have Celestus, so it's basically a 4-lander at this point. But we can fix it later. And with Elspeth Smite against aggro we have the chance. Apparently we are against control deck. Is it good for us? I mean, we'll see. Depends how many counter spells they have. Man, Celestus is really important for this game. If I play it, they just counter it and I feel like a dummy. Oh, maybe that was the wrong choice. Nearly nobody plays this card, but our opponent does. Pretty good card, but it's just not popular at all. So my plan was to start casting Emperor, so he needs to tap out and then decide on Celestus or the Emperor. That's why I play like this. But he really punished me hard instantly. Alright, is that an Emperor? It's a Consider. Alright, so we will start playing at the end step of our opponent's turn. We kinda have the same stuff, right? 2 mana open, enough to counter. If he goes one more Consider and he has 1 mana, then we Emperor, of course. Alright, so a lot of selection so far. Okay, we cast stuff right now, because he doesn't get the discount yet. You sure? Man, I don't think we will punish him, but this is absolutely horrible play. So, any kind of removal that we would have would just kill it. Of course, we don't have removal, just to make sure. No Faithful Absence, no March, no Depopulate, no Sunfall, not a single of those. Only Farewell that is exactly 1 mana too expensive. So, what we have to do in this amazing situation is play differently. We have Celestus in the board at least. That's something. And now Emperor will... Man, that was insane gamble on his part with huge upside if it works, so... I'm hating it that it went through. Okay, so this is some kind of like oh, look, the removal. We exactly would punish him 100% last turn. Man, Shuffler is definitely trying to say something to me today. And it's not nice. Like, believe me, it's not nice what he's trying to say. Let's go with the Emperor and try to pressure Jin. Like, of course, he has protection spell right now. No question about it, but let's at least force it. And then on the next turn we can be a bit more serious on this one. Man, I don't feel he's playing this well at all. So do we want to get rid of the Mentor? Or the Jin? Which is more threatening? Probably this one, right? We need to exile the card probably. Both cost 3 mana. Let's go with the Smite. It's a good card, but he will untap before, you know, the stuff will happen. So it's not like this is an option. Alright, so he needs to attack the Emperor with one of the creatures, probably the Monk. Then Jin hits our face. And then we'll check if he has more protection spells. Not sure if that I will go for a while. I don't think I can have better stuff, but let's filter some lands, I guess. Oh boy, he will untap, but he will keep attacking, so the next turn is the same, right? No end step plays, sure. No blockers. Do you do something? Alright. We're -2. If he phases it out, I'm not sure if he plays this 1 mana stuff, he should probably. And this is a weird deck. But I kinda get the idea. Alright, first check. Of course he will have something. Alright. Now we try to smite this guy. And if he wants to save it, he needs to prowess 3 times, right? So we negate some of the damage. We have the Emperor. And that's really bad. Okay, let's go into the daytime. We can cycle twice, get some life. Because you know what the draws will be. And we +1 the Emperor, so now he's forced to attack her. Let's get the cards, man. At some point there will stop being lands. And it's just mana flute and mana screw, like, in opposite directions every 2 games. This is not the reason we lost, but yeah, the Shuffler absolutely is not on my side today, man. I think there is a chance he just went all in and he does not protect his board anymore. Which could mean that the Farewell is game winning. So, it's tempting to go for this one in case of Make Disappear or Spell Pierce. Because if he has Spell Pierce, this will win us the game maybe. I will risk it. Good. That's actually a good draw here. I mean, this is the moment. We either win or lose based on this one. And yes, enchantments. Alright, I learned my lesson. Do you have it? Do you have the perfect card for this one as well? Of course, of course. Oh boy. You know what? Fading Hope is not the perfect card. It's really amazingly good, but it means that we get more stuff. Alright. So you're saying that there is a chance. Let's go Summarize, because we need to pressure him at some point during this game. If we hit one removal and he doesn't have an answer, there is also like 0 spells, right? He's persistent, isn't he?
Training for this.
Alright, scary. Worth a try, you know? And that's a Teferi. We can go two ways. Try to kill him with the token or just try to get card advantage. I honestly cannot believe I won this. I really thought I'm super dead. Alright, we're back into the game. So I have all the 3 sweepers, so I took the quickest one because we are on the draw, and the highest value one because it's good value, you know? We have a long way to go. It will be a really hard game. Like I feel like I'm at disadvantage already, like heavy one. I don't have lands, I don't have value cards, I don't have Celestus, Bankbuster, Wedding Announcement. Like I'm just waiting for his stuff at the moment. And the biggest problem is with the lands. Like I can deal with everything, but man, I need a lot of lands from the top, like 3. And you know I'm not getting them. Alright, so we can survive a little moment on this hand, but if it keeps mana screwing us onto lands, like, we won't go anywhere, right? So negate is absolutely the most important card right now. So we need to be careful when we tap out. Let's see if that's shorted. Like, if he keeps enough pressure, we cannot win because we just didn't get the card. So let's see. I want to remove the board. Alright, that's the first step. Oh, so unfortunate. So right now we would untap with Celestus and have infinite options. Alright, or 6. Right now we cannot play anything. Because if we play Celestus, we won't negate his reanimation spell and we lose the game instantly. Like, we cannot beat Atraxa value at this point. And I think he knows it. What we need is another land, because I need to cast Celestus into a land. Into a land and negate. If we cannot go with this, it's just super bad. You know what? Please do it. I actually don't mind it at this point. I have so many cards I want to discard. I'm not sure if you have cards that you want to discard so much, my friend. Even cut them. Man, like, look at this. Like, I can discard for my whole game because I'm not playing my spells. I would need mana for this one. And this is the card we were waiting for. And Liliana was a bait. He played it because he expected that we'll counter whatever he plays, and Liliana is usually threatening, so you know.
You won't be outsmarting.
So usually it gets countered. That's a land. Into a Celestus. Alright. We are starting to play game of Magic, but Liliana now starts to become a problem. Because of the ultimate, of course. Like, she can really get it, make it hard for us. At Sushi, like, nothing is a problem except this mana screw, because we are so behind right now with everything. Alright. Alright. If we play Teferi, man. That is a thing. What are the cards he's playing? Reanimation spell. I mean, with Teferi, I think this is the play. This is one of the reasons we can fix the mess that we are in. I'm not sure if it will win us the game. I think there's like 60% this dice and the whole plan fizzles.
You know, I've always
but
got
if
time
it doesn't, we are back into the game.
much the past can teach us.
And I don't think we win without it. I would prefer white, but you know what? I'm fine with it. If we had hit white land, we could actually exile those 2 cards. I probably wouldn't do it, but you know, options. Alright. 4 damage. Not quite 5. Do you have a way to kill Teferi?
Backing down.
The big question of the day.
Drop
So, March. First, if you have 2 cards of the same kind, it doesn't expand your options. It's the same thing twice. And you know what? I think we fixed it, guys. Yeah, why not? So, double white, 3/6. I mean, I like lands, but they're, you know, right now I fight for my life, basically. We will definitely draw, right? Yeah, especially with Liliana. So the choice on the next turn will be hard, but he needs to make a good split, and from my experience they usually don't. And let's go, creatures, graveyards. I don't think there's anything else. And if he wants to ultimate Liliana, he needs to sacrifice her. Maybe we even don't play a land for this turn. Did I play a land? Nope. Smart, very good play. Oh, I hate it. That's really good play on our opponent's side, man. Bankbuster. Extremely high value card. He should know that this kind of priority is only land. Because we have 0 mana, no Planeswalker's abilities, and we still had priority. It's only land. Let's see if he ultimates Liliana. That's a really big deal. I'm happy to sip the Bankbuster in this point. You know what? I'm actually kinda happy. Of course, it gives him longevity, but he didn't even discard. He must really like those cards. We definitely cycle. I don't want untap lands. There's no benefit. We don't need the life too much. Alright. Alright. Man, we cannot hit this Planeswalker removal, can we? I need more cards. Man, the fact that we are actually fixing this is incredible. Alright. And we will do this like this. 2, we have 4 mana. We have double white. However, we use this one. In case we need to split our lands and, you know, do some weird stuff. We target the one with more counters. Alright, and let's go for blue. You know, the careful taps, the favorite ones. And I have a, you know, silent hope that he didn't ultimate last turn. He didn't +1 because he liked the cards. Maybe he stays this way and tries to save Liliana. Then we play Emperor and start pressuring her. Maybe that will be the win con. Who knows? And you know, we can discard cards. Right now we actually need a lot of mana. Sure. I think he's doing it for the, you know, the cycling, which is good because it means he has no answer. And this, I believe, is the card he drew. Fable, sure. I mean, it's looking pretty good. We need to be careful with Liliana, but that's why we play at instant speed. And we have a lot of stuff. Do you go for it? Oh boy, I think they feel desperation. And this might be it. Cool. Alright. Alright, what you are doing in this situation, you take the mana. Because you cannot answer. I believe you cannot answer to the split itself. I think you can only answer the full effect, right? So if you don't tap lands, you suddenly need to choose the untapped ones. Otherwise you are wasting the mana that you wanted to use for the Emperor. So that's really... I really like Liliana Ultimate because it's actually so much decisions, and so far usually most players mess it up. They usually give you this one high value card and they think that you will do everything to keep it in check. Usually they give you so much that you just scrap the one big card and, you know, is this a good split? It is a good split. So we are sacrificing Teferi, unfortunately, I feel. Very good split, honestly. Temporal. And there's no Liliana. So he got rid of Teferi, but how is he going to win the rest of the game? That's the question. And now, when we know Liliana is not around anymore, I mean, let's have some fun in Magic. That's what we were waiting with all this time.
I have got new moves to try.
And we can even crew the Bankbuster. He's down to 2 cards basically. Still not over. He will draw 1 card with the Bankbuster. He should probably upkeep stop. Then he can cycle 2 cards with Fable. So options are here, and he can get the treasure from the Goblin. So this 1-2 next turns should be pretty powerful, but after 2 turns he should be, you know, depends what he draws, but generally out of the gas right now. It's hard for him. Interesting. I will definitely block the Goblin. Maybe he needs the treasure, but what cards are so mana intensive that he has so much mana and he still prefers this 1 extra? Invokes? Definitely invoke mana here. Brotherhood's End, sure. I mean, it's good, but it's not good enough, I feel. Alright, let's see. Maybe he plays something scary? Not really. Alright, so Fable on the next turn. We definitely start by drawing and see what we get. We have a lot mana, a lot Bankbusters, so we need to know the options. Not the best draw, in all honesty. I would play like this. So we get the wedding announcement token, and right now we are quite vulnerable to Brotherhood's End on the artifacts. But he already played 1. And he already could cycle, so I think if he had to, he would probably cycle 1. But, you know, there's a risk, we will see. He kills his own Bankbusters, but ours have way more cards. So this is the last turn when he can do it. Otherwise, we just draw so many cards, we don't care anymore. Alright. I take the damage. Yeah, if that's his play, Alright, let's see. It could mean Brotherhood's End, right? Because then he loses the Bankbuster. So maybe he wanted to get some value before it's gone. But we'll see. Indeed, he has it. Alright, let's get the mana. We still definitely want to draw the card. Sunfall. Alright. An interesting one. Not sure if we play it right now. We have the Blast Zone. Oh my god, that's a cruelty. But what do you have? I think it's chapter 1, right? He wants to see our hand, get the perfect card for the next turn, knowing our hand, and then possibly go for Atraxa shenanigans. Maybe that's Atraxa, maybe he wanted to go for the treasures. So, we need to draw some cards that are not lands, and of course we will fail. Alright, we need to play the revealed one. And I mean, we just go like this, we get the tokens, and we see who's better at drawing cards, but with a perfect tutor, that might be hard. I still think I sacrificed the correct pile. I think it was fine. Was this the game where we couldn't find our mana? I think that's why we're behind. But I'm not sure. Alright, that's some Etali shenanigans. It's legendary though, so that's good. And we will Sunfall. That's weird, he knows about the Sunfall. And this will exile. Alright. How does it exactly work? Each player exiles cards from the top. Alright, so they don't come back to the library in any form. So, it, you know, sometimes you can mill your opponent in a way. If you play only lands, this is an instant mill, right? Some crazy meme combos. Alright. I think he has Atrax and he's trying to build the mana that he's lacking, right? He needs 4, so he needs what? Black? Oh, I guess he needs quite a lot of attacks. Anyway, what do we do? I think we go for 5. That's a hard one. So I will take this damage, because if I lose a blocker, my Sunfall token is smaller. And I want them to be as big as possible. We can go up to 4 this turn on the blast zone. I think we go at least on 2. I'm honestly not sure. We can go for cruelty. We can try to go for attacks, which probably is the worst. We cannot attack, right? Because we get worse stuff, so let's go like this. Everything exiled. So he doesn't have a target for animations, but unless he dumps it right now, and oh boy, he will dump it. This is Atraxa, and that's his plan, and that's why the Fable will be so painful. Let's see. He is stacking triggers, right? Or maybe not. I'm not sure. Maybe he had it and messed the triggers, or maybe it's not Atraxa, you know. Who knows? But he will be forced to probably use the Shrouded as a blocker. Alright, alright. Let's go like this so we can be mana efficient. No priority, it means he doesn't have a removal for it. Alright. So we attack. We force some reaction probably. Alright. So he has Kiki-Jiki in 1 card. And we have Celestus. We played 1 card on this turn only. Let's go with the day-night cycle. We need to... This is why I love Celestus so much, man. Suddenly, those freaking clans can finally disappear. And given we have Celestus, I don't think we need more mana. Like, it would be nice, but it's not what you extremely need. The game is on. The game is on. He still has Atraxa, extreme value cards, like Cruelty. Oh boy. But Farewell answers everything. How many Farewells do we have? It wasn't exiled by the Dino. 1 is here, so we still have 1 of them. Yeah, enjoy my hand, bro. Oh, you expected something scarier, didn't you? No mana, so we take the card. So I can blast zone this, but he still gets 1 card. I could Wedding Announcement, it's slow. But I could cycle 1 of the cards, I guess, with Wedding Announcement. You know what? Let's go for it. I should cycle first, because I could draw something, but, you know, I'm a dummy, so that's why I play like this. You know, just preventing some comments that would happen. Alright, alright. Bankbuster is a nice one. Okay, this means I will play the land. I won't play the Bankbuster though. The fact that this is 2-2 already, because one of the Wedding Announcement is flipped, really helps. That will be a hard one. He has 1 treasure, so he cannot take Atraxa from the deck and play her. 25 cards. Soon Atraxa might mean that he will mill himself, but we're not in this stage, we still fear Atraxa. Like if he has something like 7 cards, playing Atraxa suddenly stops being so good. That's sure, that's a really good one. Maybe he just cried for it, right? Right, 16. Our life total will matter right now, really, really hard. Alright, Bankbuster. What is he taking from the graveyard? I mean, he needs to take Shrouded, man. And that means he basically kills his own creature. Let's go like this and see where it takes us. He's at 9. Man, when the Wedding Announcement flips, maybe we can go white and just kill him, but he has quite a lot of time, so with all the draw effects, he probably gets to 20 or something. Enjoy your Shrouded. Man, those cruelties, not as epic as he had imagined. And we are trying to make it as awkward as possible for him. Alright, cycling. Man, can you whiff for a moment? I don't think he whiffed for like 1 turn this game. Just draw a land, bro. Be a cool person. Alright, I have one. Look at this guy. Like, he's still going. Just cruelty from cruelty. I mean, he's taking some cards. I expected the tutor was shorted, but maybe it was cruelty, just to keep the chain going. Usually when you don't have value, this is what you play, so yeah, probably that's what he tutored. And he's going instantly for this one. I wonder if that's what he tutored. Alright, the card is here. He's going a bit wider to be defensive, I feel. Man, one farewell can fix the game. We don't even need to go for enchantments, we just go for creatures. Maybe artifacts and the graveyard, right? See? That was the last card. Alright, and he wants to go for reanimation, so we are drawing like crazy. Because we cannot use the blast zone to kill the cruelty. See? Finally, but that's a bit too late for the whiff. He already did the thing. Now we need to do the thing. Like, we need to hit farewell and we win the game. Because sure, that will absolutely destroy us in a few turns. It's just reanimation, it's not casting error. Man, I just need farewell from the top. Give me... Shuffler, please. Please, this one time, give me the card I actually need. So it will be like this, right? Alright, so what are we doing in this shuffler world? I mean, I have cards for cycling, so we go like this, I guess. We still can hit farewell on the next turn, but he will be, you know, extremely rich in value. And he will start killing our stuff. I could double attack, but then I die. Doesn't seem like a great idea, exactly. I mean, we have 3 trees. We have 15-15 in the board, so that's no joke. And he needs quite a lot to just kill a single one, right? So he can get rid of 2 of them. I mean, potentially 3, but he probably won't go with the harvester. Man, like, it really feels that we should be winning this. It feels that he had a little bit too much of a gas. Like, usually you stop having gas at some point. This guy never stopped. And that's really hard to beat because we are doing pretty badly from the start to end. You know, that's my excuse for the day. It's pretty legit, like, pretty good one. I can recommend this excuse. It's not even cast, so we cannot syncopate it. Or at least even try. Alright, do your magic. Atraxa, Atsushi. No, this is a creature, so Planeswalker. So he gets those cards. Atraxa, Liliana, Fable, Bankbuster, and Mountain. Probably Plaza. Oh, I shouldn't highlight it. Plaza is the land. So extremely high value cards, of course. Let's see how he casts it. He didn't go for Atraxa, so he's conscious about milling himself, I guess. Because Atraxa is always higher value. I mean, theoretically, maybe he cannot cast her, right? Because he doesn't have a goblin and not guaranteed to have it. We need to count the mana. 3, 6, 7, so we can syncopate for 6. Yeah, he can make a 4-drop even. Like, unless he plays everything, we cannot really counter anything. I don't love it. Is it good? Like, oh boy, it's not good. With Atraxa, we won't burn him. I need some cards, man, from my deck. Like, I need serious cards right now. Alright. We are definitely doing something. So, up to 4, I think. We could also destroy the Bankbuster, but it's not like he needs it. I mean, that would be Harvester and the Bankbuster. Is it good enough? Maybe we can remove Atraxa somehow, and then we attack for 6. It's not enough. Not enough, man. So I think instead we go up to 4. So we can theoretically kill Shorted if we like. That's something you really like. It's not a thing to scoff at, to kill Shorted at 4 mana at instant speed. It's basically a 4 mana removal, right? They are drawing cards because they expect we might kill Shorted in response, I guess, and they want to have the live game. Man, like we really need to hit some sweepers, I believe. Emperor. Probably not great against Vigilance 8-8 or 7-7. I think that's it. I don't think we can beat this. Like, we needed more draws faster, basically. We just fall to behind. Oh boy, man, the Atraxa decks did it again. If you cannot answer Atraxa, they usually have really good openings. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's give a good game to our opponent. He played it well. And let's leave the game. Oh, I'm not happy with this, but I think that was a cool game overall. A bit unfortunate, but pretty cool still. Alright, our opponent goes first, but this one time we actually don't super mind. We'll see what we are against. Very good opening. An extremely good opening. Is it so good that I actually go for the March, man? It just needs to be tapped. I don't think I can go so low with the value, man. Like, I'm getting a little bit flooded, you know? 5 lands already. If I had like 3 white cards here, I would go for the March. But in this situation, I risk not having cards to play in like 3 turns. And we still have Farewell, right? Elspeth Smite Fear, not detected. And unfortunately rewarded. Alright, let's read the card. Draw a card. I mean, bro, you convinced me, alright? You absolutely convinced me. You are not drawing card on my watch. You don't have blue, you are not allowed to draw cards. Only we can do it. That's why you don't play this kind of cards, because they can be super easily negated. So our new plan, drawing some good cards because this sucks, but we have Farewell, and Farewell is very good against Toxic for this reason. They are pretty slow, they are clunky, and we are doing basically all that. It's fine, it's fine. I think we can make it work. I'm not sure which direction. Do we just give up on this and let him flood the board? If we answer this right now, can he even win? I will go for it. I think this slows him down so extremely that he just will lose the game. We'll see if I'm right. And with a Ganjo, you actually want, you know, cards, actual cards that attack you. That's fine. That's fine. It will corrupt me, so that's perfect. This is why I love Celestus so much, man. And suddenly, just like this, everything is fixed and I never will have a bad draw anymore. Man, I just want my whole deck to be Celestus at this point. Alright, except the Farewells. Celestus, lands and Farewells, the perfect deck. Alright, you will draw a card. This time, I allowed it. Absolutely. Alright, so it gives him some... So the problem with this card, it doesn't give more Toxic. I won't die to life gain, you know, amount of life here. So it doesn't really help him too much. I think one more land shouldn't hurt, like we need mana for Farewell. We are not casting, so we can cycle. And as you can see, it will be so hard for him to get us to 0. We will die to poison, and this card doesn't increase the poison. So it's 2 mana, draw a card. And it also can be negated by removal, which is the most spread type of card right now. So no, all around, not the best. Not the best. Man, there must be uncommons that are better than this. Alright, how do we play? We can negate this. I think we play the Emperor, we make a 2-2, because that will for... I think he expects some sweeper. I cannot believe he has nothing, right? He's playing a lot of lands though, because I actually want him to play more creatures. Alright. And this is a weird one. I will play the Emperor just because I want to have Emperor in the board. I could also Eganjo this, but yeah, I prefer this way. Like if I trade against this and he place this on the token on the next turn. Like, I'm just trading 2 loyalty for his whole board state. And I have Celestus and high quality cards and he doesn't. I mean, like, if we draw Teferi, for example, and he draws Smite, like, you know who will get more value. And we still have Farewell, so whatever he does doesn't really matter, as long as we survive. Rot Priest. Rot Priest is a thing, because he can, you know, just pump the Toxic without us being able to answer it.
We must protect the people.
I'm not sure about the Emperor. I think we go like this, and we double switch the daytime, because we didn't play a spell right now. Showing Sunfall? Alright, let's show Sunfall, I guess. And let's see if we hit... Alright, definitely a Gandalf. Alright, I mean, we're cycling definitely. At some point we'll hit, you know, one of our big spells for the value, and in the meantime, he's not really threatening. Like, he can use this on the Might, attack the Emperor, and then we trade. Or just, you know. So he has a Gandra. We know he has a Gandra, but if he uses the card on this, I'm super happy. If he suicided like creature for no reason, I'm also pretty happy with this. I can't say I understand. Maybe that was okay. Now it makes more sense. But we still have our own sweepers, right? So we do not super care. And we have enough mana. I think we don't go higher than this. We keep the lands, maybe. So if I farewell this and graveyard, it's pretty good. Yeah, that has to be enough. Graveyards, no enchantments. We could go artifacts, but it kills our stuff. So that seems like a bad idea. And we have another Emperor, so we want to start attacking him as soon as possible.
Keep watch for intruders.
I don't think... with this hand and cards, we don't need more mana. Like, we have quite low value hand right now, so we can just go with it. And everything just changed. Attack. And we will make a token with Teferi, because he doesn't play the type of deck that can answer Planeswalkers. He can try to kill us faster. Like the Rot Priest, like if he has Rot Priest into, you know, Rot Priest and some, how was it called? Homestead Courage. Like, this is a lot of poison. And we need to kill him before he assembles this kind of stuff, you know? Right, this took a while, not sure why. Maybe he has something. Maybe he has something. I cannot double spell, unfortunately. Unless I wanted to kill my own samurai, right?
Knowledge is meant to be shared.
So, this is a good mana. We get some life gain, which doesn't matter. And we keep the removal Gandra in the hand. So, with Teferi, that should be good. We need more mana so we can play 2 cards a turn. Especially when we start hitting the Bankbusters. I don't think he can win this. We are not blocking with Teferi. And this is an aggressive card. And if he has removal, that's great. If he has another Scurf, that's great. We are not blocking with the card he actually wants to hit. And when this attacks, it will be above a Gandra. Tyver stand. Okay. Oh boy, he really likes enchanting his creatures, but yeah, it has some drawbacks. And not the best version, to be honest. Don't craft this one.